Gay Fanatic.
Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan, the gamer, and I am back with yet another commentary on this Modern Warfare 2019. But anyway, man, hey, look, I got a new mouse. This is called the Steel Series Rival 110. Now, my ex-coworker was telling me about this mouse about 2 years ago when he read up on it and he heard about it having one-to-one movement because of the great sensor that they have in there, and that it will feel super responsive and the movement would be crisp because it moves by your pixels on your monitor and not by whatever else. So everything is precise. And I have to say, I was skeptical for the whole 2 years, but I bought this sucker now because it's way cheaper. And oh my goodness, he was not lying. If you look at this video, my accuracy has gotten 3 times better. Now, before I had the Corsair M65 RGB mouse, and I like Corsair, but unfortunately, that mouse was way too slippery. The movement didn't work as well. Like if I were trying to slowly move where a person were, sometimes it didn't respond. This mouse responds. Just check out my accuracy in this joint because this mouse is crazy. But anyway, to the commentary. So, a couple weeks ago, there were some posts. I don't know if it was faked or if someone photoshopped it, but it was some posts going around the hate community or the crumb side, whichever you want to call them. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the crumb side of YouTube or the hate community, this is probably the most toxic place you could ever be in the gaming part of YouTube. It is like going to the slums of the hoods of Brazil or something, dog. Like where you just probably gonna get shot, robbed, or stabbed. Like this is that part of the gaming community. Like it is nothing but dirtbags that are disrespectful. You can't trust them. That's where it is. So I follow a lot of these people. You know, I've been on some of their podcasts. I'm familiar. Now, there was this post going around from Amazon France where they were showing PlayStation exclusive games, and it was saying for the Windows platform. So a lot of us PC guys was like ecstatic over this. We're like, oh, more coming. Because we already knew that, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn was coming. The game with the robots, the androids, whatever that joint is called, is coming to the PC or already on the PC. We already knew about this. But we also heard about Naughty Dog for people that can do things with DirectX and all that good stuff, which is NVIDIA. Oh no, they were looking for people who could do NVIDIA software, which is only on PC. The consoles don't use that. So when they show like games like Uncharted and The Last of Us being set to be coming to PlayStation, like PC, we literally thought this was legit. Like we was wild. We was like, oh man, they salty. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the ones being real petty and dirtbaggish in the daggone Twitter feed. Like, oh yeah, we getting them games because these Sony fanatics, they make you that way. These guys are a lot of them are idiots. Now, if you're a Sony fan, I'm not talking about you. Only if you're one of those super fanatical Sony fanboys who just Sony everything and just you bias against anything that's not, you know, that's Sony. If it ain't Sony, it's not good. If you're one of those people, then yeah, you retarded. They hate for their games to come to anything else. Like they are super upset about it. They're kind of like the Xbox fans were, you know, about 3 or so years back when it was announced that their games were going to start coming to PC. Now, the same thing's definitely about to happen with Sony, but unfortunately, those tweets were kind of false. And I found out pretty much once somebody showed, I think it was Mario Kart, and it was like Mario Kart, and it said Windows platform. I was like, okay, all right, now I know it's fake. Because Nintendo is not putting nothing on. No, did you see that? Anyway, Nintendo is not putting anything on the PC. It is not happening. That's when I saw that. I was like, yeah, it's a bug or something. Like if you can go back and find that tweet, I was like, yeah, it definitely is a bug because there's no way. So now these Sony fanatics are saying, ha ha ha, PC fanboys need our games or want our games, and then trying to make it seem like their games are like the best games of all time. So I'm here to set this straight. We would love for your games to come to the PC. Why wouldn't we? That's more games to play, and we get to play your games without them being, you know, 30 FPS or being stripped of graphic fidelity. We want them to run at the best performance possible, which would be on the PC. Now, the thing though is we don't need your games. This is what you guys don't understand. We don't need PlayStation games on the PC. We got tons of games that we could play that aren't even on the consoles yet. Now, they will be on the consoles because, you know, that's how the games start off. They start off on PC. As they get big enough and more popular, they do start moving on their way to the consoles. And then they run like trash. But we don't need your games. So I don't understand where this narrative is coming from. But, you know, it's the PlayStation fanatics, man. They're kind of, like I said, they're stupid. They just make up any kind of narrative they can to make themselves feel better. Your games are pretty much one and done. I've said this all the time. Most of the PlayStation exclusives are one and done. You beat the game, you don't play the game no more because it's really not worth it. And the only game I've ever played that was worth beating it twice was Infamous Second Son. That game was pretty good. I like that game. That's like one of my favorite games on the PlayStation. And you could beat it twice because it was a good ending and a bad ending. You could be a good guy or a bad guy, and it gave you incentive to play the game twice. These other games don't. Uncharted does not. The Last of Us does not. You beat The Last of Us, it's a wrap. Just leave it alone. I mean, you got those little side stories, but I never care about those, so I never even played them. But that's it. You beat the game, it's one and done. God of War, one and done. Like, unless you want to fight the Valkyries, which isn't even part of the main story, then go ahead and fight them Valkyries. It gets you nothing. You don't even get a platinum for it, I don't believe. It's pointless. So yes, we would love for your titles to come to the PC, but we don't need them. Like, I put over 100 and some hours in Rust already, and I've only been playing that game for about a month now. So there are countless games out there that us PC guys can spend time on and play. We don't need your exclusives. We just want them so we could play them the way they, the developers wanted them to be played. I almost said any developers. The way the developers wanted them to be played, not held back, getting 60 plus FPS or 100 FPS. Max settings, max textures, max performance. This is what the developers really wanted, but they can't do that because the consoles are not strong enough to do this. So that's it, man. I just want to let people know. Let me know in the comment section, do you think, if you're one of those fanaticals, do you think we really need your games? Because honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't. And let me know in the comment section, do you agree with what I'm saying? We just want the games, but we don't need them. But it's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, Michael Jordan the Gaming. Hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be gone. Be on the lookout for the next video. Bye!